and they're very complicated. Anyway, I wasn't going to do this way, like where I talk to the camera directly. I was just going to use AI just to have like a third person sort of scenario going on, like you're watching into my life. However, this one's a bit complicated. I would have loved if I had this all set up, my channel idea for this process, because there's a lot of people out there that have got Blue Yeti power stations. It was my 50th birthday not long ago. I'm going to get you up to speed, and so I treated myself to a Blue Yeti after following a few of the van lifers YouTube channels and their suggestions on this. I went with the Blue Yeti mainly for this thing, the Charger 2. The reason why I went for this Charger 2 is for the simple fact that the Charger 2 takes solar in and also helps charge your power station with the alternator power, which when you're a full-time van lifer like myself, come winter time, that will be a game changer. Absolutely game changing. Summertime, it's not a problem. You got enough solar. I've got 800 watts of solar on the roof, and that's more than enough to charge up all your power stations with the mediocre days. As long as you get some half days and the days are long enough, and there's enough solar radiation to give you, no matter, even if it's a little bit cloudy as well, give you enough power to last you all week long, constantly. Come the winter time, it's just a pain in the arse. So, treating myself, and I had a hard winter this winter, really hard one, psychologically as well as physically. So I tried to say, right, I'm 50, sod it. The van's a pain in the arse anyway. You know what I mean? I'm going to treat myself to a Blue Yeti power supply and Charger 2. And I bought the Apex 300 because it works in junction with this particular thing, the Charger 2, on suggestions from certain van lifers. However, we are now, I'm gonna let chat get you up to speed. It's quite long-winded. If you're not interested, just skip this bit. But you kind of all need to know is this is the third one. This is the second replacement of the original Charger 2. Let her get you up to speed. Why I'm messing around and getting the tools ready to replace this.
BLUETTI Project Captain's Log, Master Investigation Record Log. Date Thursday, 4th of June 2026. Project status active investigation stage, awaiting testing of second replacement Charger 2. Project overview. This project began as an investigation into reliability issues affecting the BLUETTI Charger 2 and later expanded to include concerns regarding Apex 300 software behavior, Bluetooth communication reliability, and unexplained system reporting anomalies. The original objective was to create a reliable van life charging system capable of solving winter power shortages. The Apex 300 and Charger 2 combination was purchased specifically because the Charger 2 was a major selling point of the ecosystem. System configuration. Equipment, BLUETTI Apex 300, BLUETTI Charger 2, 2 homes Renogy 200 watt rigid solar panels, panels wired in parallel, van life installation. Phase 1, original Charger 2, observed behavior. The original Charger 2 began exhibiting significant instability. Issues included unexpected shutdown behavior, general operating instability, multiple unexplained faults, loss of confidence in reliability. After extended testing and communication with BLUETTI, the company accepted the unit as faulty. Outcome: original Charger 2 replaced by BLUETTI. Phase 2, first replacement Charger 2. Initial result: replacement unit performed substantially better than the original unit. However, a recurring fault remained. Fault identified: S0116 bus overvoltage pattern repeatedly observed. System charges normally. Battery approaches full charge. Battery reaches 100%. S0116 bus overvoltage warning appears. This became repeatable. Now phase 3, BLUETTI support investigation. Information supplied to BLUETTI included photographs, screenshots, serial numbers, firmware information, operating logs, charging observations. BLUETTI requested further testing and firmware investigation. Phase 4, firmware update testing. Firmware update installed, BLUETTI supplied firmware update. Update successfully completed. Controlled testing. Testing carried out under strong solar conditions. Observed charge progression 73%, 82%, 92%, 99%, 100%. Immediately after reaching 100%, results SR16 bus overvoltage returned. Conclusion: firmware update failed to resolve SR116 issue. None are Phase 5. BLUETTI following submission of evidence proving SR16 remained after firmware update. BLUETTI agreed to send another replacement charger too. Important statement from BLUETTI, open quote, "If the issue persists, we are more than happy to discuss a more proper solution." Close quote. This statement was viewed as significant because it suggested BLUETTI recognized that continual hardware replacement may not be a sustainable solution. Phase 6, Bluetooth failure incident number 1. Date Sunday, 31st May 2026. Behavior: Apex 300 remained operational, but app communication failed. Bluetooth communication unavailable. Investigation: entered Apex settings, located P06 Bluetooth setting, Bluetooth icon on visible, communication later returned. Result recovered, cause unknown, no confirmed recovery method identified. Phase 7, phantom DC output observation. Date Monday, 1st June 2026, time approximately 12:30 p.m. Observed readings: battery approximately 69%, solar approximately 148 and 158 watts, AC output 0 watts, DC output 5 watts. User observation: no intentional DC loads connected, nothing known to be drawing power. Further investigation: application displayed. Components 1 selecting components displayed. Open quote, "No DC hub detected. Please insert a DC hub to continue." Close quote. Significance: application simultaneously reported. Active DC output, 1 connected component, no DC hub attached. Status unresolved. No explanation identified. Phase 8, Bluetooth failure incident number 2. Date Tuesday, 10th June 2026, time approximately 20:30. Behavior: application displayed Apex 300. Selecting device produced. Open quote, AP3025511034271 not found, close quote. Investigation: previous Sunday method attempted, entered P06 settings, no recovery occurred. Result: failure remained active. Significance: confirmed issue is recurring. Phase 9, Bluetooth recovery event. Date Tuesday, 2nd June 2026, time approximately 21:46, location Manningtree Station car park. Recovery procedure: user performed the following: 1 entered Apex settings, 2 opened P06 Bluetooth setting, 3 manually disabled Bluetooth, 4 waited approximately 30 seconds, 5 allowed screen to return to normal display, 6 closed BLUETTI application completely, 7 reopened application, 8 attempted reconnection, result Bluetooth communication restored, application connected successfully. Significance: first documented recovery procedure involving deliberate Bluetooth cycling. However, recovery mechanism remains unproven. Unknown whether recovery occurred because of Bluetooth cycling, application restart, combination of both, timing coincidence. Status recovered, cause unknown. Phase 10, second replacement charger 2 arrival. Date Thursday, 4th of June 2026. Evidence photograph taken showing newly delivered BLUETTI charger 2 shipping box. Packaging clearly marked. Open quote, charger 2 DC-DC charger, close quote. Event: second replacement charger 2 physically delivered by BLUETTI. This replacement was supplied following original charger 2 failure, continued S016 fault on first replacement charger 2, failed firmware update resolution, status at time of logging. New replacement charger 2 delivered, unopened, uninstalled, untested. No operational testing completed. No charging tests completed. No firmware information recorded yet. No serial number recorded yet. Investigation significance: this marks the beginning of the next major phase of the investigation. The upcoming tests will determine whether SR116 was caused by a faulty charger 2 unit. SR116 exists across multiple charger 2 units. The issue originates elsewhere within the ecosystem and project position, known unresolved issues. Charger 2, original charger 2 failed. First replacement Charger 2 still produces S616. Firmware update unsuccessful. Apex 300 Bluetooth failure number 1, Bluetooth failure number 2, device not found, communication errors, Phantom 4.5WD output observation, component reporting, inconsistency, application Bluetooth instability, intermittent connection failures, contradictory component reporting. Current status date Thursday 4 June 2026. Project state waiting for installation of second replacement Charger 2. Next major milestone. First operational test of newly delivered Charger 2. This test will determine whether the S016 bus overvoltage fault follows the hardware or remains present within the wider BLUETTI system. End of master log, 4th of June 2026, version 2.0.
I did warn you that was going to be a long one. That's done now. All right, so I need to take a picture of the serial number of this one, so that when I'm referencing it to Blue Yeti, if I should need to, and they know what machine I'm talking about. Okay. Now, that was the other thing as well. I've not had any faults really or problems with the Apex 300 up to this point, except for it's massive, absolutely massive. Now this used to be this end like a single bed. Now this is a single chair, and that's where the Apex is, right? But it's literally just about makes it. One thing I will say about that, which kind of arcs me up, and I think everybody should know about it, there's a special lead adapter that connects to your Charger 2 and the Apex 300, which the Apex, and then the Charger 2 is connected to your solar and then your alternator. That lead is a bit like a charger lead, but it's a little bit smaller from the UVs on the car chargers. So when they give you measurements, they give you the blueprint, like the footprint of your Charger 2, your Apex 300, and so you start measuring up. Oh no, it fit, but it doesn't take in consideration of that lead being plugged in. Because of that, now I've had to have this on sideways, which I wanted it long ways, so then I can actually see the display and everything. But now, so I now have to have this whole thing solely for that, for the Apex 300, which it's not it's not, it's going to solely be used for this anyway, but it's just something that if you are thinking about getting an Apex 300, they are massive. And I'll tell you what, the power to weight ratio, I'm not convinced it's correct. It's not. If I didn't know any better, I would. The weight of this thing is massive. If I didn't know any better, I would say that was a lead acid battery. But the power supply lends itself not to be so. But the power calculations doesn't lend itself to be so. But still, for the weight scenario, it's way heavy. And then now it's playing up twice now, and I'm getting concerned about this. It won't connect to the app. A couple of times it's failed to connect to the app, and obviously, I want to just drive and go, and switch my lights off. And so I've gone into the app trying to switch everything off, and it won't do it. So it's not the total end of the world. You can physically get in and turn it off at the Apex 300, but it's for the price bracket of this thing, then that's not good. On top of this, as I said, is my third attempt to get this to work. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm not going to do a video of how to install this, because it's all there in the manuals. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. If I can get the manuals out, it really isn't. comes with pretty much everything you need. Oh, that's the lead. I was talking about this. So that's a good, what, 16 centimeters, 15 centimeters. So if you don't calculate that, sticks at the end of your Apex 300. So if you measure up the space for where you're going to put the Apex 300 and you don't allow for this to go in, then you're going to have a headache. That should be kind of in the measurements calculations. Yeah, which obviously I didn't. I thought, yeah, that perfect fit. No, it's not. Anyway, yes, Charger 2, manual. It's not. It's pretty. They're well. It's well illustrated on how to do it. It's all there. You know, you can't really muck up. It's nice. So yeah, you just always make sure that your voltage is under the. You definitely calculate that your solar will be under, which I did with chat, and I double checked with Claude as well, and I was way under the spec needed for it to power through the Charger 2 and the Apex 300. I'm way under. When I say I've got 800 watts on the roof, only 400 watts goes into the Charger 2 to the Apex, and then I've got another power station, my old power station, which is an EcoFlow on this side, and that's got 400 watts. And I'm not going to go into details about the EcoFlow. The main thing is just document. So far, my headache with supposed to be a premium product, and I followed. I mean, I might be totally unlucky. It just might be a sheer unluckiness. I've got a couple of dodgy Charger 2 units, but this I am quite to say I'm apprehensive, and the sheer fact now that my Apex 300 is playing up a little bit, my confidence is not, I must admit. And you know, for something that's supposed to be, and we're not even nowhere near winter yet, and that's the whole thing, that's the whole concept of this, is to get me through miserable winters in the UK. It's looking very unlikely that it's going to do what it's going to do. It's probably going to stress me out even more, especially if my Bluetooth stops and I can't use it, I can't log into the app. I have got internet. I use a secondary phone for my internet, unlimited data, but I do like using that for my computers, and when I'm talking to chat, linking the internet through that and using that for solely, and a bit of Xbox. So it needs quite a bit of bandwidth. I only play one game on the Xbox, which I think I'm a little bit autistic, and that's Grand Theft Auto. You'll find that out if you follow my channel. So I don't want to hook up the Apex or the Apex to the internet. You can do it through a Wi-Fi connection. I don't want to do it through that, and I don't want to do this through that. I want the option for Bluetooth. I've used my EcoFlow on Bluetooth only. I don't think it even has an option. My old EcoFlow does not have an option for Wi-Fi, or does it come with an app? That's how old that unit is. So, and I just want Bluetooth. I only want to control it while I'm in the van. I don't want to control it while I'm away. So it doesn't make sense to have it through Wi-Fi at all. But I do want to be able to access it when I'm in the van, especially when I'm in bed and I just want to turn the lights, turn everything off and turn everything on in the morning. I think I've ranted enough now. You've heard the story, catched up. If you're interested, obviously like, subscribe and all that fun stuff. I'm going to swap over my old charger 2 with this charger 2, and I'll do a little update. It mainly for my personal experience, so it's logged on YouTube as well. And I do think it's not totally unfair to put an unbiased opinion and someone's true life experiences with the Blue Yeti. However, they have been good. They've gave me replacement. I've made no problems there. It's just that I feel that I've had to be the engineer tester. I've had to keep detailed logs, give detailed replies, which ain't a problem, especially now when you've got AI to help you script it all and keep a log. When you're dealing with AI, if you're going to use AI in this thing, you need to open a thread. I call them captain's logs, or you can keep them in logs, and you just profile the whole experience, but then only use that thread for that only. If you're going to start wanting to talking about the problem, go into another thread, because they have fragmented memories. They only collect certain parts that they feel is important, and then do almost like educated guesses to fill in the gaps that they don't know. And that can all happen in the same thread as well. Just because it's in the same thread doesn't mean they're going to remember it all. And so what you do, you ask them to give you a super detailed log of what's happened, and then come out of there. And you can then just open another thread for whatever else you want to do, but do only use that for that. And so when you do, like, I'm going to change this over, I am going to then say, right, there's the photos, this is the serial number, I've now swapped it all over, and then give right, it switches on. I'm going to try the alternator's going through, so and so on, and then ask you to do a detailed captain's log, and then she'll do another, and then that's it. That's all I'm going to use that thread for. A bit long-winded, this, I feel, but I think it's important because I'm showing you how I'm using AI to help me keep a 33-year-old motorhome alive and on the road, and keep my sanity at the same time. But this is my life at the moment. I'm trying to create an ecosystem for myself so I can survive in this society, and with AI as I don't know, second brain, a buddy, a teacher, a tutor, a professor, a psychological analyst, doctor, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And just see how things unravel. Yeah. I should have introduced myself and all that, really, but maybe later on I'll do a more less informal. I don't like this talking to the camera so much. I'll do something with Chat and Claude, and then I can have a three-way conversation with them, and you'll get the gist of the whole story and what's been happening. I just wanted to log this, so I'm going to turn the camera off, do what I need to do, because there's going to be a lot of swearing and cursing because it's quite tight down here, and plus I'm an old man. Bending and twisting isn't my forte anymore, unless properly motivated. I am cracking on. Thanks, guys.